Welcome back to math. Today we're going to talk about division. How do we take division problems like this, which should be your normal kind of algorithm, and how do we draw it out and show it? So we have our problem. It's 12 divided by 3. Get it? 12 divided by 3. We always say the what first?
Total.
The total is first. And then 3 is our groups. We're going to group it into 3. Yes. We're going to put it into 3 groups. Okay? So as you can see, I'm going to put my, this is like group 1, group 2, and this is group 3 down here at the bottom. Okay, there's my groups. You guys with it? Everybody get it? Sounds fantastic.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm going to remove those guys, and let's go ahead and get started. Now usually when we do math in the past, I've always asked you, hold up one finger, right?
Yes.
How many 3 fingers do we have? Well, we don't, right? You'd say, we don't have 3 fingers, we only have 1. So we normally write a 0 up here, right? Well, what does that mean in a drawing? Here's what it means. Ready? You see our 1 dot right here? Does that really mean 1? It means 1, 10. Yeah, so we have 10 dots in there, right? Packed into this little dot. So watch, I'm going to move it over. Okay, so now I'm going to put, and you guys can count with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great counting, you guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, how many dots do we have in the ones category? How many?
12.
We have these 10 plus these 2 make 12. Right. So when we put a 0 up here, it was just like taking our 110 and putting it over here and putting our 10 dots here. So now we have 12 dots, just like we have, hey, 12 dots right there, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to cross things off while we put them into our 3 groups. Okay?
Okay.
So what I think I should do is I think I'm going to change my group slightly. Okay? And the reason why is it'll be easier for you guys to see, I think. Okay? Okay, so this is group 1, group 2, right? And how many groups do we have?
3.
We're supposed to have 3, right. So there's my group 3. All right, ready? So we're going to go to the cross-out method. Okay? I'm going to cross this one off, and I'm going to put one here. I'm going to cross this one off, and I'm going to put one in the next group, right?
Yes.
Does that make sense? I'm not going too fast for you, am I?
No.
As I cross this out, I'm going to put them, I'm going to distribute my dots into the right spots. I'm going to cross out my next one, and put it in the third. Now I've crossed out, how many dots have I crossed out in my total?
3.
I've crossed out 3, and I put 1 in each of the 3 groups, right? So far so good?
Yes.
All right, here we go. All right, so as I cross off my dots, as I cross off my dots, I'm putting them in my drawings. Okay? So I'm going through and I'm putting them in my categories. And I'm going to do this last one. Now, how many dots do I have in each of my categories?
4.
I have 4. So my answer that's going to go on top here is what?
4.
4. Does anybody recall what the answer is in a division problem? It's called a quotient. So, I have my 4 up here now. That's why I have 4 here. 3 times 4 is what? 12. I could put that here. I could subtract it out. And as you can see, I have nothing remaining, right? And if you can see here, I have my 4 dots in each of my 3 groups, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the answer here is 4, okay? Does that make sense? Any questions yet? No? All right. Well, let's move on to our next problem. All right, so as you can see, we put up a new problem. It's 15 divided by 3. Let's have a little more practice at this, okay? So we have our 1 in the tens column, right? So this means 10. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our ones column. We have 15, right? And as you can see, we wrote it over here in our normal method. Now, normally we would ask how many, if we had hold up fingers and stuff, what do we do? We'd hold up one finger and we would say, how many 3 fingers do we have? And we would say, none. So we'd put a 0 over the 1. What does that mean when we draw it out? That means this. Are you ready? We're going to cross off this dot and we're going to put it over. How many dots are going to go over here now? How many dots are going to go over here now?
10.
There's going to be 10, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Everybody got that? Does anybody see a pattern already in this? Do you see a pattern already?
Yeah.
I do too. What pattern do you see? I see 5 here, right, in a line. I see 5 here in a line. And I see 5 here in a line, right? So it seems to me that I have 3 5s, right? So 5, 10, 15. That's how we have our 15, right? So what do you think you're going to multiply that 3 by to get 15? Don't know? It's okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Since I see the pattern, I'm going to cut and paste, if you don't mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to cut this out, and let's see if I can do it. It looks like I can. Look at that. Do you like it? What did I just do? I moved how many? 5 in there. Why did I do that? Because I saw the pattern, right?
That's awesome.
Isn't that easy?
Yeah.
So let's do the last one now, shall we?
Yes.
Now this is kind of cool that you can do it like this. You can't do that on your paper though, can you? So we're going to have an answer of how many items are we going to have? 5, right. So we multiply 3 times 5, it gives us 15, and we subtract this out and we're done with this, right? And as you can see here, our answer is 5, right? Because we have 5 here, plus this 5 here, plus this 5 here, and that gives us 15, right? That's what, do you know that multiplication is just like repeating an addition problem? 5 plus 5 plus 5 is the same as having 3 5s, right? 3 5s. 3 5s make 15. 3 5s. 1 5 here, 2 5s here, 3 5s here. Does that make sense? That was pretty easy. Let's do another problem. This time I'm going to do the crossing out method so we can practice that. This one I have a decimal. Ooh. How many of you are all afraid right now?
Me.
Because you're feeling like, oh no, you have a dot in there. That means I don't know what to do. No, you do. Let's just pretend it's not there. Would this be tens then? Would this be the tens column?
No.
No, what column is this now?
The ones.
Yes. So you see that we're going to have to relabel this, right? This becomes the ones. And what does this become? Tenths. Nice. I like it. With a THS, right?
Yes.
And then let me get rid of my decimal there. And I'm going to put my decimal over here, right? Do you see that? Now I have 1 1 and I have 2 tenths. Is that correct? How do I do this? Well, it's the same question. If I held up one finger, I'd say, how many 3 fingers do I have? How many? 0, right? Right. So I'm going to put a 0 up here, right? So that's the same thing as me doing what? Taking this one and we're going to borrow it and put it over into this column. How many dots are we going to put in here?
10.
Yeah, we're going to put 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right?
Yes.
Are you okay? Yeah? Okay. So let's use our crossing out method, shall we? Now, what does this 3 mean up here?
Groups.
Means groups, right? So I draw out my 3 groups. I'm going to draw a thick line here. I'm going to draw a thick line there. I can do that. I'm going to double it even, triple it. How do you like that? Big line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my 3 groups down here. I've got 1, 2, and 3, right? So now what do? I start crossing things off. Am I going to put anything in the ones column? Am I going to put anything in the ones column?
No.
No, because that's been moved over into the tenths, right?
Yeah.
So our answer is going to be over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So if our answer is going to be over here, it's going to be a, what kind of an answer? A tenths, right? So our answer is going to be something tenths. Because all of our dots are going to go right in here, right? So let's do that. We can cross out this dot and we put one there. Cross out this dot and we put it here. Cross out this dot and I put it here. Mr. McGuire, that's not the way you did it last time. I know. Does it matter which way I cross out the dots?
No.
Not really. And so I'm just going to continue to cross out these dots and then distribute them into where they need to go, right? Okay, so I'm crossing out another one, putting that there, crossing out this one, putting it there. And I just keep doing this. It's very easy, isn't it? Some people think that it's pretty relaxing. I think it's pretty relaxing too. And cross out my last one, and it goes there. So, what do you think my answer is?
0.4.
4 tenths, right? This is the tenths column. And each group has the same number of dots in it, so it would be 4 tenths. And we could represent that by, let me put it up here, 0.4, right? Or I could say it this way. Well, let me leave that up there. I could also say that that equals 4 tenths, right? So here, I would put what up here?
4.
Well, I'd first want to move my decimal up, right? And then put my 4. So now, 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract it all out. And as you can see, I have 4 tenths. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Well, keep practicing this, and I think you'll understand it. But you do have to practice, okay? So pause it, write it down, practice it, do whatever you have to do. I love math.